I'm in like a weird mood, so I'm kind of like talking shit right now. But it's just me in here, so that's why I called you here today because I have questions. Um, Here's something that I just noticed, right? A lot of you individuals, I won't call you single, I won't say the S word, but a lot of you individuals, when you're going grocery shopping, you're doing it all cute and shit. Like you come back from Whole Foods with like one lemon, one of these, one potato, like a half a pack of egg, like cutesy ass grocery shopping. And I watch people and I'm like cringing. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're gonna have to go back to the store tomorrow. You're eating all of that in one meal. I know you are. I know you are. I'm saying this to say that I might be the odd duck out because my grocery list right now is encroaching on like $400 collectively. There's like three different stores that I have to hit because each store has something very specific that I need. I only go to one store for produce, I only go to the other store for savings, and I go to the other store for the organics and like very specific things, but it is definitely $400. I don't go grocery shopping until I have eaten everything in here. I don't have a lot of waste. I prefer it that way. I don't like wasting food or money or anything. I really don't. I don't have trash every day. Like some of these people have 2 bags of trash every single day. What are you throwing away? I genuinely want to know. What are you throwing out every single day? Like, how are you accumulating that much garbage? I want to know. Back to the grocery shopping. I have to buy, you know what? Here's the thing. I've been shopping for a family of 6 for a long time now because I don't like to go to the grocery store every single day. That shit's for the birds. You mean I gotta work every day, go to the store every day, and cook or meal prep every day? Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to the store every day. I'm beelining back here, home, work, home, or work, gym, home. I'm not going to the grocery store every day. You're not catching me at Winco every single day. And it ain't gonna be every week. Erica, so what do you do about your fresh vegetables? Get enough of them, prep them, separate them, cook with them, portion them out, freeze them, juice them, freeze that. What do you mean? You mean to tell me that that's what you're throwing away is like the fresh produce that you're buying every single day or every week that you're buying too much of and you're not eating? That's what you're throwing away? I'm not throwing away all of that. I don't know. I just wanted to talk a little shit. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know because I'm seeing it and I'm like, "Oh, that's a cute little grocery haul. What are you doing?" One of these and one of that's. I cannot, you know what? I can fathom it. Here lately, I've been getting like 2 peaches, 1 jug of creamer, 1 jug of milk, 1 box of Kind bars, or like 2 avocados. Specifically because like avocados and peaches, they stuff like that doesn't last. You can't buy that in bulk and expect that to last for like weeks. You can't. You got 36 hours, you know? So that makes sense for me. And I just kind of like cut those up and nibble on it and put a little in my salad and then call it a day. But everything else, I need a case of like 24 eggs because I'm meal prepping with them, I'm baking with them, I'm cooking with them, I'm putting that in my pancake mix and I'm making those in bulk. I probably need, nah, 24 should be enough. But here's the thing, I'll get like 24 eggs and a half carton of egg whites to like mix that up a little bit, spread that out some. What else? I really prefer not to eat too much bread. I'll take out a loaf at a time and like have a toast every day, or like when I'm feeling bread like, I will have one slice of bread for toast. Did you know the serving size of bread is not two slices to make a sandwich? It is one slice for toast. I recently learned that and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Sandwiches, that's two servings. One sandwich is two servings. Anyway, so I'll buy like 2 loaves of Dave's bread and put one in the freezer, and that will last me a long time, especially if I'm eating one slice at a time, which I typically do. What else? I buy milk in bulk. I need like two jugs of milk because again, I eat cereal, I cook with it. Like I'll put it in that and I'll put it in this and then I might put it in my tea if I run out of creamer. But at the same time, I buy 2 bottles of creamer. Like I shop like I have 4 little ones running around always eating. And maybe I'm high maintenance. I like my ingredients. I like my very specific products, and I want to make sure that I have them on deck at all times. And again, since I don't like to go to the grocery store every single day, it's more like I've been able to push it like once every 2 months. I know that sounds crazy, but I can do it. I can do it. Anyways, I just wanted to say that, like you cutesy individuals who come back with one bag of shopping, um, say hello to me when I pass you in my wagon full of groceries. The clock on the dot. Oh, actually, I need my meds. I need my meds. Everything's in here. I need to be unpacked. Unpack. Unpack. Girl, don't. I used to be able to do it. I used to be able to do it. What am I taking? Rivera. Alright, so here's the tea. It's like 2 appointments later. I haven't given you the update on last week, but it's Thursday the 24th, and I've just been up to Cali and back, and they've told me to continue my protocol from last week, which you know nothing about because I haven't updated. I haven't turned the camera on at all. But I'm on Estrace twice every other day. I'm on Provera twice every day. And today they've just informed me that I'll be on Follistim or Orgonal F every night between 8 and 10, 50 IU, which puts me in a bit of pickle because I've already used 150 IU of my stash. So I'm not going to have enough to last me until next week. My appointment is today's Thursday. So I'm back on Tuesday. It's not even a full week. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Ugh. That did not taste right. Anyway. So yeah, let me do the shot. And then we're gonna sit down. I feel like I should eat a salad because I haven't had dinner, but also my belly is not hungry. But I know that if I don't eat something, I am going to wake up in the middle of the night hungry. I took this out of the freezer for tomorrow, so let me put this in the fridge. What was sitting right there? I also don't want a salad. I don't want the fruit in here. I had a half a peach this morning. I could have strawberries, but if I'm gonna have strawberries, I need to have them in a salad. I don't have any more chicken prepared. to put in said salad, because preferably if I'm going to have a salad, I would love chicken in it. You see the problem? It's like, I don't want strawberries unless they're in a salad. I don't want salad unless there's chicken. And there's no chicken prepared. There's no cereal, which is a good thing. Oh, I could have a That's what I could do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, shouldn't be eating this much bread. So, I need to get this place in order. What is all of that? What is that? I need to get this place in order. I'm telling you. Stuff everywhere. Don't look at my dishwasher. It's clean, it's just not put away. So, you know, I'm still trying to squeeze this little bit of juice out of this. I really am. I really am. Can I just show you? Can I just show you? Is this a thing? I see people do this all the time. There's a little bit of juice in here and I want it. And I'm gonna get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. On top of my 50. Let me go get my let me go get my shit. Everything's clean because I literally just got out of the shower. Literally. But you should still swab down. Yeah. This left side is the focus. Per usual. Per usual. Yo. Needle. Yo. Okay, so before... Oh, I gotta screw it on. Girl, did I do it right? Shit. Click. Screw. Cap. If I dial it all the way up, is that going to do anything? That's, hey, there's a drop. There's a drop at the end. This feels nuts. I've had to dial it all the way out to get the plunger. This feels nuts. I didn't even know it went all the way up that high. I'm scared now. But it's just to get this little bit of juice out, honest. It's just to get this little bit of juice out. And then I'm going to leave it alone. This feels nuts. Oh, sometimes my skin is tough and it doesn't want to go in. Yo. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Why does it hurt? Maybe it's not worth it. I feel like I'm doing something wrong because when I started pushing, it started hurting. But it's coming out. I feel like I'm doing too much. I don't want to waste it. It's coming out. Okay. Come on. Ouch. Oh. It was coming out. It won't go in now. Probably because that's all there was. And now I'm bleeding. Like an idiot. Okay. That's all there was. That's all she wrote. Leave it alone, E. I'm just trying to get my money's worth. That's all, and that's it. Serious. That's all, and that's it. I'm just trying to get my money's worth. This shit is not cheap. And there's blood in it, bro. I'm fucking up. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I promise I'm done. I don't know how I managed to do that, but there is blood in the vial now, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm done fucking around. That just freaked me out. So done. That freaked me out. And now I still have to do my proper dose like I should have been doing. I shouldn't even been playing around with this shit. Put this up and quit playing around. How does that even happen? Nope. I'm good. Let me do my shit like I was told to do and stop experimenting on my own body. Heard and understood. Okay, so I'm gonna go on this right side now because I've officially hurt myself on the left. This, I just need to also dial it and put a needle. My phone is getting on my nerves talking about storage all the time. Want. We've got plenty of space for me to just talk a little bit. It's the first time though that dust. It's the first time that my SD card, what is that? Is that a glare? Yeah, it was. It's the first time that my SD card is full, and so that was the holdup, but my phone is fine. Anyways, um, so I went straight and crashed last night, obviously. I did not I did not stop at what's the Monopoly saying? I did not stop at pass go. I did not collect $200. I went straight to bed. That's what I'm trying to say. I was so tired. And then when I woke up this morning, I felt like I was hit by a Mack truck and just exhausted. Just exhausted. The traffic yesterday was incroyable. I mean, it was bad on the way in and on the way out. It was like down to one lane right before we got into town, like right before we were coming through the mountains, literally. And they just changed it to one lane for no reason. Nothing was happening, nothing was going on. Traffic for miles. And then on the way, like throughout the city, it was jam packed traffic. I'm like, something is not right. It was only Thursday, but it was like traffic all day long, morning, afternoon, late afternoon traffic. And then on the way out of the city, I swear we were in like stop go traffic coming right back through those funky mountains, going out into the desert. They put it to one lane again. And that was annoying because all of the idiot drivers and cars were bunched up, driving together all the way through the desert. So that sucked. They were also pulling people over left and right. And what else? Once I got home, like into my part of town, there was traffic again because something or somebody had rolled off the side of something and that was causing a bunch of, all I saw was a bunch of emergency responders standing on the side of the road looking down and over at something. And there was like a bunch of like pieces of plastic and metal on that part, but there was nothing there. They just were looking over the side. And I'm like, wow, I don't know what happened over there, but goodness. So it was just a lot. It was a lot of driving. It was a lot of defensive driving. It was a lot of, like, just a lot. So that was a hard travel day. But so let me give you the update. So the last appointment, I didn't record or update at all. I have the 3 follicles per fucking huge. 1 on my left, 2 on my right. The cyst is still making its very slow and agonizing exit, getting smaller. Um, but my 3 follicles were still there, and there was not any growth. The one on the left was at like a 7, a little over a 7, and then the 2 on the right, one was at like a 6 and one was at like a 5. So there was no growth after those 2 days of me taking the Follistim, but at least they were kind of in the same size range, which was good, and they were still there. So the hope was that, if we could get them to grow all at the same time, that is a possibility that I could retrieve multiple instead of just getting the one dominant follicle, right? So I get my labs back after that appointment, and the doctor was like, stop everything, stop the Follistim, because there's no growth. My estrogen was sky high at 400. My FSH was low. It was just like nothing was happening as far as the growth went. And so he's like, stop that. We're going to back off on estrogen, keep up the progesterone. So my protocol had changed to estrogen twice every other day, progesterone twice every day, stop Follistim, whereas before I was on 75 units of Follistim every other night. I only got past the second dose, and then he's just like, don't take any more because there is no point, nothing is happening, which is weird. So then my appointment yesterday was to check on and see how things were going. Maybe my body was going to do some shit naturally, especially since I had backed off on everything. Girl, tell me why the 3 follicles are still there, but they're shrinking now, like they were getting smaller. The one on the left was still at a 7, which is weird because the girl told me, oh, they measured it at an 8 last time. And I'm like, she didn't say 8, but okay. So I really don't think there is any change on the left side because I keep hearing the 7 number at each appointment. So there is really no change there. And then on the right, the 2 follicles that were at like a 6 and a 5, they're at like a 5 and a 4 now. Everything is just smaller. And also, here's the thing, like, I try not to think this way, but I really can't stand the difference in technique and eyeballing and measurements and whatever from tech to tech. The last, oh, my face is breaking out. The last couple of appointments have been done by like one particular tech, which is my favorite one. And then yesterday, it was the other girl that's nice, but I'd rather have called honest. When it comes to like getting down to business and getting what we need to get, I would rather have, oh, well, I didn't mean to say her name, but I would rather have her, or I would rather have my favorite tech. This other girl, she's nice, but she kind of is like too soft with it, too gentle with it. I need you to get in there and find what you need to find, okay? So that was kind of like annoying as fuck and disappointing. So after my meeting, after my appointment, I went back to the front desk and I was like, hey, I want some more information on your donor program. And they're like, oh, that's ran by our third party, blah, blah, blah. You can go down and talk to them on the other floor. And I was like, oh, I've never been down to another floor, because they have like offices all throughout the building. And I've only been to a couple of them. So I went down to a new part of the building to talk to a new department, and it was so awkward. Okay, so I may have mentioned before that my clinic is predominantly Asian, like from staff to patients, like predominantly Asian. And so I walk into that office and there were some associates there working on their computers, and there's 2 like private offices to talk. And she's like, she looks at me and she's like, how can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, they sent me down here because I wanted, some information about your donor program. And she's like, okay, well, I'll be right with you. And I'm like, all right. So it was just really awkward because it was a small, quiet office. And then here I come walking in, and it was just awkward. So then she finally comes, we sit into one of the private offices, and she's like, so have you like been a donor before? And I'm like, no, I'm seeking a donor. And she's like, oh, you're looking for a donor. I'm like, yeah, I would be seeking a donor, and I just want more information on your program. And she's just like, okay. And it was just like, she was so thrown off and like dumbfounded that it was hard for her to kind of like get on track, like get her mind on track and like get into it. I don't think it was a language barrier. She spoke English very well, but I think she was trying to go about how to say what she needed to say without being like, without offending in English. You know what I mean? Because first of all, I'm Black in an Asian, predominantly Asian environment. So she's probably like, okay, now is she asking for, And eventually she's just like, after, because she started asking me questions about like myself or whatever. And I don't know why she couldn't tell, because I had just come from my appointment and I had like my bandage on from like giving blood and all that stuff. So she was like, well, okay, let me just pull up your information so I can get to know more about you. And I was like, cool. So I gave her my personal so she could pull up my account. And she's like, oh, okay. So then she's like, so are you looking for, she's like, you're single with a donor sperm. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. So are you looking for African American? I was like, yes, preferably. And she's like, okay, preferably. And then she's just like, so, and I was like, girl, I get it. You don't have to say it. Like, I understand. She's like, okay, well, let me just pull up because, let me just show you the profile. And she's like, well, we have one African American egg donor. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I can just send you the information and, you can decide or whatever. And she's like, she was really struggling to like talk to me about this. And I can't really figure out why, but it's really funny. She's like, okay, so the cost is like $4,000 per egg, and we do it in increments of 3, so that would be like $12,000. And then she's like, so then we charge $1,000 for administration, and then we charge something else for something else, and then PGTA is optional, but of course it wouldn't be until after like you create your embryos and blah blah blah. And she's like, you're gonna have to, she's like, do you have your information on your donor? And I was like, well, she's like, no, never mind, I can pull it up because I want to make sure that they're genetically compatible because she has 2 illnesses. And I was like, shit, okay. So one egg donor, she's got a couple illnesses, there's no guarantee that she's compatible. And fucking before all of that, $12,000 for 3 eggs. This is what I've been saying to everybody. Why it's not just easy to go from one avenue to this avenue to that avenue to da da da. This shit is expensive. $12,000 for 3 eggs that are not guaranteed to be, they're not guaranteed, like the embryos might be healthier than the ones that I'm creating, but there's still no guarantee that they are going to survive and make a healthy baby, like a healthy living baby. $12,000 for 3. At first when she's like, oh, it's $4,000 per egg, and I'm like, damn, that's a little steep, but okay, that's doable. And she's like, but there's a minimum of 3, bitch, so nice try. And I'm like, fuck. And so she pulls up the profile and she's like, well, she's like local and she's like a business grad and da da da. And I was like, okay, it's fine. She's like, let me just show you her pictures. And I was like, okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous because when you only have 1 or 2 options, I was like, all right, let me see. So she turns the screen around and she scrolls down. I was like, oh, that's your one option? That's a hell of an option. She wasn't ugly. She wasn't. She's taller than me, and my size, like body build wise, and she wasn't ugly. And I was like, okay, if somehow we can get around the $12,000 number, I might be like, okay, sign me up. But that's not just something I can pull out of fucking thin air and like slide across the desk, maybe some people could, but no. And I also I got to thinking after that meeting, and I'm like, is it $12,000 because she's the only one, or is $12,000 a deal? You know what I mean? Because she's the only one. I can't tell. And because we weren't talking about any other race, she didn't quote me like any other, but maybe it's all the same. Maybe. I doubt it, but anyway, so she's like, yeah, I'll just send you all the information, and you give us a call or, email me with additional. She's like, so do you have any questions? And I was like, I don't know what I'm even doing here. I'm just trying to start the research part of it. And I was like, so do you separate your donors from patients? And she's just like, what do you mean? What are you asking? I was like, is she just a donor, or was she also a patient and had extra eggs? And she's like, no, she's only a donor. And I was like, all right, okay. I don't know what difference that would have made for me, but I feel like it was important enough for me to ask. And so I was like, do you recommend or refer any other like partner egg banks? And she's like, oh yeah. And she starts listing them all. And I was like, okay. And she's like, no, I'll email those to you too. And like all the information. I was like, all right. Like, I'm going to get out of here now because I don't even know. Like, I can't right now. And she's like, okay, well, just whatever. And I'm like, yeah. So I did that, and I had been meaning to like talk to them about that whole thing. I just never did until I saw my own results, and I'm like, this is going nowhere. This is going nowhere. And so I wasn't really expecting that experience to be that awkward, but at least it started. So what I'm going to do next is probably look into some other egg bank prices to see how that compares to keeping it local within my IVF clinic and just see. Again, thousands of dollars, even $6,000 is going to take some time for me to accumulate that. So that's why I'm just doing the research now. So going back to that appointment, when I finally got the labs back, which actually was really quick, like by the time I got to the car, they sent me my portal message and they're like, okay, so there's no growth, but we want you to keep up the estrogen twice every other day and the progesterone twice every day, but we're going to add Gonal F back into it. So start taking Gonal F every day, 50 units. So when I got home last night, I started 50 units of Gonal F, and I will continue that every night until I go back on Tuesday. So there's that. And then my hormones, my LH was at 3.3, which I don't know why that number is so low. I haven't seen a number that low in a while. But I'm looking back on my past several appointments, and my LH has been at a 3.8 or 3.6 or something. My estrogen went down to 200. My FSH was at a 9. So that explains it. FSH dropped, which means no growth signals have been getting out to those ovaries, to those follicles. So that's why I'm on Gonal F every night now at a lower dose. I'm thinking he might be thinking that 75 every other day maybe was too much to start off, especially since I was already going through a lot last week. I was stressed. I wasn't feeling good. I was stressed. I was hot. I was stressed. So I think some things were working against me. I'm also going to ease up on a couple of supplements on my end, just in case that is having any effect. Of course, in the back of my mind, I'm always terrified that the endometriosis is just like eating me from the inside out, and I don't know what to do about that. But overall, my next stepping stones, I won't say like my plan overall, I don't know, but my next stepping stones are to finish this cycle, however that might look like. It's either going to get canceled or we're going to retrieve an egg or like whatever. I'm going to finish this cycle, and then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to do PRP, I think. And I don't know why like that didn't come into my mind right away, but it's easier for me to pay for another PRP treatment for the ovaries than it is to come up with the money for an egg donor. So I'm going to finish this cycle. I'm going to do PRP, and we're going to do a couple more cycles, and then depending on what happens then, in the meantime, I'm saving up my ducats. Depending on what happens after that, I'm going to seriously do my good work, good hard work, emotionally, mentally, just I'm going to work so hard in deciding on whether this is the next best step for me or not. Being a surrogate to my own baby. It's not for everybody. I totally respect and understand that. Trust me, I know, because it has taken me a really long time to wrap my head around that idea. And while I'm at least able to even talk about it and like kind of think about it a little bit more, that's as far as it goes. Like I'm just thinking about it, and that's still hard for me. But the reality is that I need to have a contingency plan fairly quickly. So that's what all of this is about. Because at the end of the day, at the end of this entire journey, either I'm going to have a baby or I'm not. Now, if I choose to have a baby at the end of it, I need to be okay with how that comes about. Right? So I'm kind of not willing to accept going through all of this without a baby. So that's where we are. That's all that I needed to say yesterday, but couldn't because I was so tired. Yep, I inquired about in-house egg donation, and the one candidate was not bad. I wonder what her conditions are. I started getting the emails and stuff last night and today, but I have not peeked at them yet. I kind of want to be at home, relax, chilling on my laptop so that I can take a thorough look. I have a lot of thinking to do. I've got a lot of praying to do. I have a lot of talking to do because I just kind of want some guidance. I'll be talking with Jackie this weekend, so I've either got to pick this or I've got to pick another conversation that's been kind of tugging at me. I've got a lot to do, but it's like one step at a time. So yeah, I would really, really like these, I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? But I'm really, really hoping it doesn't come to anything else drastic. I really, really, really hope that I just pull around. And that's something else that I forgot to ask. Well, my regular wasn't there yesterday, but my next appointment on Tuesday, if my regular is there, I'm going to try and remember to ask her if she's ever heard of my doctor calling it quits on a client, on a patient. You know what I mean? Like, is there ever going to be a time where the doctor says, okay, you're done. We're done with this. We need to do something else. Or if he's just going to keep going as long as I want to keep going, because I don't want that. I don't want someone to keep going on me when there's like no hope just because I want to keep going. You know what I mean? I want there to be a hard stop where he's like, hey, we've tried all that we can try. Things are not looking good and we need to not. And I think I was kind of like trying to ask that with the other doctor at that last failed egg retrieval. And she was like, keep going. But she's not my doctor. He is. So I don't know. I don't know. It really feels to me like we are scraping the bottom of my egg reserve barrel, and like everything down there is just not healthy, not well. That's what it feels like. That's why I'm even more open, more willing to discuss and to consider possibly doing an egg donor, because I don't have good vibes right now about what's going on. I really don't. I really, really don't. So I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to do the PRP and then see if that helps any. And if it doesn't, I'm going to stop and see from there, like, what is the next best step. Because to be honest with you, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of doing this. And it's only been 4 years, just barely 4 years. People, I get it. I get it. People do this for like 10, 15 years. And I'm like, I feel like so much of my life has already been lost, and like sacrificed for this. And I don't know how much more I have in me, to be honest. Um, but I'm not saying that in the way it's like, oh, well, I tried and it's just not in the cards for me. So I'm going to, like, I still don't have that mentality. Like, I still very much want to be a parent. I don't want to adopt. I say that like it's just getting to me. And I need to see like what else. I need to decide what else and go on from there. But yeah, I just kind of feel really swallowed up right now by the circumstance. And I don't want to be swallowed up anymore. Over it. I am over this. I really am. I really am. So that's the update. I guess I'll stay another 45 minutes or so, and then I am blowing this popsicle stand. And I'm gonna chill, I think. Yeah, okay, bye. 48 is probably, what's this one? 30 by 40. It's a little too wide for me. Is that the same size? This one is 30 by 40 also. Doesn't look as big as this one, but it's the same. 16 by 40. 24 by 48. Why do they look different? 67. 124 by 60. 24 by 48 times 32. Back stapled canvas. 16 by 40. That one's appealing. Those canvases that I got, they weren't on sale in the store. And I'm like, I don't want to pay, like I will, but because I need like multiple canvas. Burna Boy, pause. Okay. Because I need multiple canvas, it would be better if I got a deal. So can I get like a coupon? You know, this particular art store, they always have coupons for stuff. You don't ever go in there and pay full price, right? I don't. And so I'm like, there's got to be a coupon on the website. And sure enough, there was, but it wasn't for anything in store. It was like 20% off for 20% off on all regular priced items, online only. And I'm like, what's the point of big upping your online store when people are in the physical store wanting to purchase stuff? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of like promoting and putting and doing sales for online only when you have it in the stores? Isn't the goal to get the shit out of the stores first and then like backfill it? I never understood why there is a sale online but not in the store. You know, like, I just don't get that. So anyways, I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to buy these canvases online, get the deal, and then just roll these canvas right up to the front and say, hey, your order is fulfilled that you're going to get. And so I did that, and she's like, no, you can't do that, unfortunately. That's not how it works. And I'm like, are you serious? And I was like, so what do I have to do? Like, come back in an hour? And she's like, yeah, unfortunately, because it's going to take a while. And I'm like, how is it going to take a while when I just placed the order and I'm bringing you the canvas right now? Like, I'm saving everybody and like so much work right now. And she's like, well, the problem is that we don't even get the orders right away. And I'm like, okay, whatever your back process is, that's your back process. That's what the problem is. It's not like I place the order and it comes straight to the cashier's computer. It goes through this whole thing and blah, blah, blah. And then they receive it and then they have to pick it and da, 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 da. She's like, no, it's going to take a while. So sorry about that. Sorry. And I'm like, whatever. I tried it. And she's like, or you can just cancel the order and buy these right here. And I'm like, no, these aren't on sale in the store. It's online only. And she's just like, oh, okay. So I'm like, well, if I have to go all the way home and then come all the way back, that's gonna really piss me off. So let me go look at some other shit. So I wanted to stop by the dollar store because I need some other like miscellaneous ass tools for this piece, right? I'm like, I'm not paying more than $1, $2 for these little knick-knack things. So let me go to the Dollar Tree, which I hate. It's certainly not the 99-cent only stores. I miss that store. I just walked in this place that used to be 99-cent only store. It's now Dollar Tree, and it is sad as fuck. Sad. I hate it in there. It looks terrible. They got a bunch of shit, mostly food, and I'm like, oh, no. Not the same vibe. Just sad. But they had what I needed. I just needed the squeeze, like a squeeze bottle thing and some like alcohol for my plants. But then how about like when I got here, when I pulled up to this parking spot, I'm like, let me just see where the order is. I refreshed my email and how about it says, great news, your order is ready. It has not even been 30 minutes. I knew it wasn't going to take that long. So had I went all the way home and sat and waited, I would have got the notification that my order is ready like 10 minutes later. And that would have pissed me off when I could have just stayed out. So I'm about to go pick up this shit and go home and do my little art thing. Yeah, man. I was like, I knew this shit wasn't going to take that long. She was making it out to be like, no, because it's going to take too long. You're not going to... It was like... Not even 15 minutes, I feel like. So I'm gonna go get this shit and I'm gonna go home and take these pants off because it is too hot for pants. I had a little extra energy. What's that say? What does that say? I had a little extra energy, so I put some pants on and a bracelet to go across the street. The art store is literally across the street. Both of them, actually. But I'm not ready to go into the other new art store because I want to have some ducats for that. Because I want to go in. I know I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go crazy. And that art store, they don't have sales and stuff. And they're higher quality art supplies. And I'm not going in there with no money. So I'm going to just wait. But this little go-to that I've been using is enough. Hi ho, silver away. What does that mean? What does that mean? Never drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. That's cute. I like that. That is cute. But the hi-ho silver away on the car itself, I don't understand what that means. It's got to be an inside joke. Anyways, okay, bye. Let me go get the shit. Okay, I think that is going to be a decent size. Is it the size that I wanted for the particular space? No, it's not. But do I want to spend $200 on one canvas that is the exact size that I need? Also, no. I don't want to do that. So this is going to be the next best thing. One for the one space, one for the other space. Let me just see how two look stacked. That's a lot. That is 24 by, am I doing that math right? 8 and 8, 6. Right? Yeah, 6, 4, 4, 8, 9. 96? That's a lot. It's hot. It is hot today. I need to get clothes off. But you know what? We're just going to start with this. And in my mind, if I do this art so good and somebody comes in and is like, oh my God, this is amazing. Who did this? I'm going to be like, it's me. And they're going to be like, is it for sale? And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to sell both pieces and I'm going to get the bigger piece that was meant to be there in the first place. And then I'm going to sell that one. But we're going to start with this. This is starter art. Since I have not seriously painted anything in years now, this is enough of a start. How about that lady wasn't up front? Is this supposed to be a receipt? $14.99 each. That's what I'm talking about. Sales. I love a sale. Where is my Amazon shit? It's 12 o'clock. My Amazon stuff is not here. Whatever. Okay. Alcohol for the plants. Squeezy bottle things. Just little squeezy bottles. I didn't need anything more than this. This was $1.25. Could it have been 99 cents? Yes. At the 99-cent only store, this would have been 99 cents, not $1.25. Anyway, what else? So at said art store, they also had a sale on paint, the good stuff. Well, this is probably the medium good stuff, but it's good enough for me. And I got 4 beautiful colors for this piece, and I'm so excited to put these colors to canvas. I don't know if you can see them on camera. Let's see, how am I gonna hold them? Look how, oh, you can see them on camera. Look how gorgeous. I mean, ugh, drape me in it. Drape me, I wanna be dripping in these colors. Beautiful. This is iridescent graphite. Then I got Prussian blue hue. I mean, beautiful. That's what I'm thinking of when I think of blue. This. Classy. Then I got Payne's gray. Payne's gray, just sophisticated. And then lastly, I got neutral gray. Neutral gray. These were buy one, get one half off. Each one of these tubes is $5.99. So I felt like I had to complete the sale. Did I save very much money? Probably not. I probably saved like $4. But still, beats paying full price. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I am a little teeny tiny bit nervous about doing this because I can't say that I don't think about all the times that I have put chemical to canvas, chemical to paper, via paint, mediums, mix-ins, worked with acrylic, and what is that stuff? Resin. All of the chemicals used to create art. I think about that all the time. I'm an artist, so I have exposed myself directly to all of these chemicals for years in my teens to 20 teens all the way through 20s. I have breathed these fumes in, these chemicals, these plastics. I have sawed resin down without the proper ventilation and masks and things. And so I just know in my head and my heart that my art has played a part in my infertility. So am I freaked out a little bit about opening a tube of paint and using it? I am. But shit, it couldn't get any worse than it already is, right? At this point, I'm going to have all of my fans and ventilators on and shit. And when I do the heavy duty chemical stuff, I'm gonna do it outside. So, but I'm excited. We're gonna get started right now. I'm gonna put something on the telly and we're gonna unpack this and we are gonna get started right now. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna do it so that it's not making a mess. Am I gonna go flat with it or am I gonna go up with it? I feel like I should go up with it because I don't have space to go flat with it. I don't wanna go on the floor because I don't want shit on these floors. Let's just get into it. Let's just do it. I'm excited. Let's just do it. Let's make a mess. Okay, since I'm gonna be working low, I need to move this probably all the way off because I don't need this right now. And then this needs to be lowered. Lowered all the way. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Tighten. Okay. Put that there. Shake it, swirl it gently until it all dissolves, which it takes a minute to dissolve. Hurts down there. Okay. Ooh, shit. I'm not doing it down here next time. Shit, this hurts. Come on, Stan. I'm supposed to pinch some fat and do it, she said. Which doesn't help. Ah, this hurts so bad. And there goes that bitch ass hair bubble, I think. Ooh. One. That made me a little woozy.